heart of Central Europe lay Bohemia, a land of rolling hills, dense forests, and silver-rich mountains. It was here that a medieval kingdom rose, one destined to influence the political and cultural life of the Holy Roman Empire. The Czechs, descendants of ancient Slavic tribes, called this land home. From its capital in Prague, rulers would one day command armies, build cathedrals, and nurture the arts. Bohemia's geography made it a crossroads between East and West, Latin and Slavic worlds. This unique position shaped its destiny as kings sought both independence and imperial favor. The story of medieval Bohemia was one of ambition, faith, and the struggle to define identity amidst empires.
The Kingdom of Bohemia emerged in the 9th century when Slavic tribes united under the Přemyslid dynasty. Duke Voivode I accepted Christianity through the influence of Great Moravia, marking Bohemia's first step toward Western Christendom. The new faith brought monasteries, Latin writing, and foreign alliances. Yet Bohemia's independence was fragile, surrounded by powerful neighbors like Germany and Hungary. The rulers learned to balance loyalty to the Holy Roman Empire with their own ambitions. Prague, already a thriving settlement along the Vltava River, grew into the spiritual and administrative heart of the realm, setting the stage for centuries of power.
By the 10th and 11th centuries, the Přemyslid dynasty consolidated its rule. Figures like Duke Wenceslas I, later canonized as Saint Wenceslas, symbolized piety and unity. His assassination by his brother Boleslav became legend, an act that turned tragedy into sainthood. Bohemia's rulers expanded their influence across Central Europe, forging ties through marriage and diplomacy. The silver trade from Kutná Hora enriched the realm, financing armies and churches. Yet with wealth came danger. Imperial ambitions from the Holy Roman emperors often clashed with Bohemian independence. The kingdom learned that survival demanded both faith and pragmatism.
As the 12th century dawned, Prague became known as the Golden City. Its castle loomed over the Vltava River, and Romanesque churches rose beside bustling markets. Merchants and pilgrims passed through its gates, bringing goods and ideas from across Central Europe. Prague's architectural beauty reflected the wealth and stability of medieval Bohemia. The city was not only a political center, but a beacon of faith and art. The Přemyslid rulers invested heavily in culture, blending Slavic traditions with Western influence. The seeds of a cosmopolitan capital were sown, one that would rival the greatest cities of Europe.
By the 13th century, Bohemia stood as one of the wealthiest realms in Central Europe. The discovery of vast silver deposits at Kutná Hora turned the kingdom into an economic powerhouse. Silver coins, known as Prague groschen, circulated across the Holy Roman Empire, symbolizing Bohemian prosperity. With this wealth, kings built stone fortresses, cathedrals, and town halls. Prague became a hub for trade, culture, and learning. Yet, prosperity invited envy. Neighboring powers, especially the German princes, eyed Bohemia's riches. Still, under Přemyslid leadership, the kingdom thrived, balancing loyalty to the emperor with its proud independence. Under King Wenceslas II, Bohemia reached new heights of influence. He modernized administration, codified laws, and established a stable currency based on silver. His vision extended beyond borders, claiming crowns in Poland and Hungary. Bohemia's royal authority stretched across Central Europe, making Prague a capital of power. Yet his rule also sowed the seeds of tension among nobles who sought greater autonomy. Despite challenges, Wenceslas's era marked a turning point. Bohemia had become a kingdom that others respected, feared, and envied in equal measure.
The death of Wenceslas III in 1306 ended the Přemyslid dynasty. The throne fell vacant, plunging Bohemia into political chaos. Neighboring powers saw an opportunity, and the Holy Roman Emperor intervened. From this turmoil, a new dynasty emerged, the Luxembourgs. Their rise reshaped the destiny of Bohemia. Under John of Luxembourg, known as the Night King, the kingdom regained prestige through valor and diplomacy. Bohemia was now firmly embedded in the vast web of the Holy Roman Empire, standing as its beating heart.
Charles IV, son of John of Luxembourg, ascended the Bohemian throne in 1346. Educated in France and fluent in multiple languages, he embodied the Renaissance before its time. As King of Bohemia and later Holy Roman Emperor, Charles transformed Prague into an imperial capital. He founded Charles University, built the iconic Charles Bridge, and began the grand St. Vitus Cathedral. Under his rule, Prague became the cultural and intellectual heart of Central Europe. Charles IV's reign marked the golden age of medieval Bohemia.
During the mid-14th century, Prague stood as one of Europe's grandest cities. Its skyline bristled with spires, its streets filled with merchants, monks, and artisans. The court of Charles IV attracted scholars, artists, and diplomats from across the continent. Chronicles described Prague as the new Rome of the North. The blending of Gothic architecture with Bohemian artistry gave rise to masterpieces still admired today. The kingdom's influence extended deep into the Holy Roman Empire, as Prague became both crown jewel and spiritual capital.
But prosperity brought division. In the early 15th century, reformer Jan Hus called for changes in the Catholic Church. His preaching in Prague inspired thousands, but angered Rome. When Hus was burned at the stake in 1415, outrage ignited the Hussite Wars. Bohemian peasants and nobles rose against imperial and papal forces. The kingdom descended into religious conflict that shook Central Europe. Though devastated, Bohemia's resistance became a symbol of national identity. Faith and defiance fused in fire.
From 1419 to 1434, Bohemia burned with rebellion. The Hussite Wars pitted reformist Czech forces against crusading armies of the Holy Roman Empire. Led by Jan Žižka, a one-eyed general of unmatched brilliance, the Hussites revolutionized warfare with armored wagons and gunpowder tactics. Their defiance stunned Europe, proving that conviction could defy empires. The war scarred the land, but forged a stronger sense of national faith. The medieval Bohemians fought not merely for power, but for conscience, and their struggle echoed across centuries. When the fires of the Hussite Wars finally died, Bohemia was weary but unbroken. Its cities were scarred, its monasteries empty, yet its people endured. The church was forced to compromise, granting limited religious freedoms, an unprecedented act in medieval Europe. Though the kingdom's power waned, its spirit of independence deepened. Bohemia had challenged both pope and emperor, asserting a will uniquely its own. This defiance would remain a defining trait of Czech history for centuries to come. In the late 15th century, peace returned under the Jagiellonian dynasty. Kings Vladislaus II and Louis II sought to heal the wounds of religious war and restore unity. Prague flourished again, adorned with Renaissance palaces and humanist scholars. The royal court attracted artists and thinkers from across Central Europe. Yet beneath the surface, Bohemia remained divided between Catholic and Hussite, noble and peasant. Still, the era marked a cultural revival, a reminder that even after ruin, the kingdom's heart continued to beat.
In 1526, disaster struck at the Battle of Mohacs. The Hungarian and Bohemian armies under King Louis II were crushed by the advancing Ottoman forces. The young king perished, and with him the independence of the Jagiellonian line. The crown of Bohemia passed to the powerful Habsburgs, forever binding the kingdom to Austria. What began as a proud medieval monarchy now entered a new era, one ruled not from Prague, but from Vienna. The Habsburg rule reshaped Bohemia's destiny. While Prague remained a jewel of culture and learning, true power shifted to the Austrian court. The Czech nobility struggled to preserve their traditions under imperial authority. Catholicism returned as the dominant faith, while old Hussite ideals lingered among the people. Bohemia became both a prized province and a restless heart within the vast Habsburg Empire. Beneath the surface, the echoes of its medieval independence still whispered in every church and castle.
In 1618, Prague once again ignited the spark of rebellion. Protestant nobles, angered by Habsburg oppression, threw imperial governors out of the castle windows, the infamous defenestration of Prague. This act set off the 30 Years' War, one of the bloodiest conflicts in European history. Bohemia became a battleground for faith and power. The war devastated cities, farms, and families, but it also reminded Europe that this small kingdom, at the heart of the continent, could shake empires.
After the war, the Habsburgs imposed a harsh Catholic restoration. Protestantism was outlawed, and Czech culture was suppressed. Many nobles fled, and German influence grew stronger. Yet beneath the suppression, the Bohemian identity quietly endured through language, folklore, and memory. Baroque churches rose above villages, symbols of both faith and submission. The once proud medieval kingdom now slumbered under imperial rule, its people waiting for their day to awaken once more. By the 18th and 19th centuries, the Czech national revival rekindled the spirit of Bohemia. Scholars rediscovered medieval chronicles, poets celebrated the legends of Saint Wenceslas, and artists drew inspiration from Gothic Prague. The memory of the medieval kingdom became a symbol of freedom and pride. Though still under Habsburg rule, the Czech people remembered who they were and where their story began, in the heart of Central Europe.
The 20th century saw the birth of Czechoslovakia, a modern nation built upon the legacy of Bohemia. Prague once again became a center of culture and resistance, from the First Republic to the Velvet Revolution. Though centuries had passed since the medieval kings ruled from their castle walls, their spirit endured. Bohemia's history of struggle, resilience, and creativity continued to shape Central Europe's destiny. Today, the Kingdom of Bohemia lives on in stone, story, and spirit. The spires of Prague still pierce the sky as they did in the days of Charles IV. Cathedrals echo with hymns that once united knights and peasants. The memory of medieval Bohemia, its courage, its faith, and its art remains woven into the fabric of Central Europe. It was more than a kingdom. It was the heart of a continent, beating through centuries of change, reminding the world that even small realms can shape the course of history.